Hello, my name's Pilissa.
My name's Alex.
Sam.
Bo.
In this video we will be discussing interview techniques and how they are used.
Can you talk about the Frost and Nixon interview and explain the importance of having a good first question?
So yeah, if we look at generic interviews, the first preliminary question is always used to build up rapport or relationship between the interviewer and interviewee. However, throughout the Frost-Nixon interview, Frost is using very direct questions, and he's brought that into his first question. So, reviewing now your conduct over the whole Watergate period with additional perspective now 3 years out of office, do you feel you obstructed justice or part of a conspiracy to obstruct justice? So the first question is clearly very immediate and gives us an idea of the whole atmosphere and tone of how the interview is going to pan out.
Preliminary question. Reviewing now your conduct over the whole of the Watergate period, with the additional perspective now 3 years out of office and so on, do you feel that you ever obstructed justice or were part of a conspiracy to obstruct justice?
Can you explain to us what an open question is?
An open question is likely to receive a longer answer. The first question, Parkinson asked Ali if people treated him differently, that he was a one-time champion. This works well with someone who has Muhammad Ali's charisma and is comfortable for interviewers. The question allowed Ali to answer the question as he is a boxer and an entertainer, and Ali makes a good interviewer. This is a good technique that helps interviewers come up with a question while Ali is answering.
Thank you.
People or find that people treat you differently now that you're the one-time champion?
Right, I seem to, the difference is quite different from differences of others who have lost or so-called lost the title, and I would say have gone downhill slightly. I have more fans and more followers and more supporters because the people who actually saw the Muhammad Ali-Joe Frazier fight, they saw me win at least 9 rounds. So I think he quit singing. He found, and I can beat Joe Frazier singing. I was in a Broadway musical called Big Time Buck White. The play didn't make it, but I was a success.
So how does the profile of the interviewee affect the overall tone and atmosphere of the interview?
Well, to start off with, Princess Diana is from the royal family. She speaks in a very formal, upper-class tone, befit of the royal family. The interviewer also speaks in a very formal, respectful tone because he's talking to a member of the royal family. The setting is part of the palace, well, it's the palace, the royal palace, which fits her high, upper-class image.
At this early stage in your marriage, what role did you see for yourself as Princess of Wales? Did you have an idea of the role that you might like to fulfil?
No, I was very confused by which area I should go into. Then I found myself being more and more involved with people who were rejected by society, I'd say drug addicts, alcoholism, battered this, battered that, and I found an affinity there. And I respected very much the honesty I found on that level with people I met, because in hospices, for instance, when people are dying, they're much more open and more vulnerable.
In Living with Michael Jackson, can you talk about some of the techniques Bashir used?
Bashir used emotional appeal in one of the questions. For example, when he asked Michael Jackson about his dad, it was a sensitive topic to Michael, and Bashir was very serious and professional when Michael started getting emotional. This evokes an emotional response from the audience.
When you would be practicing, you were very heavily disciplined by your father. What was that like?
Well, I didn't have it that hard because he used me as the example. It was like, do it like Michael. You know, and he practiced us with a belt in his hand. And if you miss a step, expect to be, do it like Michael, do it like Michael, you know, but the others were very nervous, and I was nervous too, you know, because he was tough.
So in Bill O'Reilly's interview with Jeremy Kulik, how was the body language communicated to the audience?
This was a very heated interview as Jeremy lost his father in 9/11, and Bill O'Reilly was interviewing him to get his thoughts about the tragic event. As the interview went on, both Bill and Jeremy were arguing and disagreeing with each other. You see Jeremy cover his mouth and shifting in his seat as he gets more annoyed and frustrated with Bill O'Reilly.
Okay, thank you.
That's a bunch of crap.
So
I've done more for the 9/11 families by their own admission. So you keep your mouth shut when you sit me exploiting those people.
You're
I
not
know.
representing
And I never in a warped view of this country.
Well, explain that. Let me give you an example.
No, I'm not going to debate this with you.
Well, let me give you.
Thank you for watching.